Number 1. Disappointment. By nature, Pisces is not a talkative sign. It's reflective, introspective, more in the head than mouth, a lot more thinking than talking goes on. With their close people or if having an ulterior motive towards anybody, Pisces can be clowns and entertaining, but once any disappointments arise, Pisces will go silent. Disappointment for Pisces is more a wake-up call, a dream being crushed, an unmasking of a person, a look behind the pantomime curtains and seeing the makeup and costumes. So Pisces will reflect on where their judgment went wrong, then focus on accepting it to move forward. This will all be done in silence. If you're close to a Pisces and you disappoint them in any way, you will more than likely know, because you'll feel the disconnect from their soul. Pisces can hide it really well, but sometimes they will not, because they don't owe you peace. Sometimes it's a Pisces problem for their wrong perception or rose-tinted glasses they were viewing you in, but other times it's because they caught you out and can be extra disappointed they ignored all the warning signals their own soul was giving them a long time ago. Once reality sets in, Pisces can stay silent with you for a long time, depending on how close your bond is or if what they're disappointed about is fixable. Number 2. Damage control. Pisces is a peaceful sign with a very short fuse. Pisces is able to compose themselves very quickly, which will appear like they don't get mad at all at matured levels. Pisces are people that know all about you. They've downloaded your whole soul and can read you and understand you better than anyone else. When faced with an argument or disagreement, if a Pisces is silent, it's either from being overwhelmed or to avoid damage. Pisces is a gentle sign because they know how damaging they can be if they want to. From picking out all your flaws, spotting weak spots in your character, knowing they can match your energy and take you down with your own energy. There's no greater enemy than ourselves. Pisces can use this. Pisces can use you against you. So when Pisces chooses silence, when Pisces chooses to bite their tongue, it's because if not their tongue, then it's your head. This is more for close relationships. When it comes to strangers, this control of damage can very well be non-existent depending on the fish. Pisces can have bad reputations for the damage they cause and none of it will be by mistake. If you want a problem with Pisces and they're silent with you, it's the equivalent to a dam holding back a river. Samson holding up the pillars. If they let loose, you'll know why Pisces can be represented by sharks. War is last resort, but that last resort can be the first resort you arrive at when trespassing at Pisces waters. Number 3. The other fish is talking. Pisces is represented by 2 fishes, going in opposite directions. One in the physical, one in the spiritual. One light, one dark. It's a sign constantly in conflict between good and bad, being fully attuned to both. For Pisces to make the right decisions and be guided properly, they need silence. This is why even down to a basic yes or no question can be frustrating. Because Pisces needs time to travel with both the yes and the no, to decide in silence. Even if they already know which answer they're gonna pick, because the Pisces intuition is rapid. Rushing Pisces to make a decision will frustrate you. Pisces wants to do good, but in testing times, the other fish will be talking. One fish could want to walk away, while the other fish wants to walk towards you and shark something. So never mistake Pisces silence for just indecisiveness or confusion. It's more a balancing it out than swimming in one of the fish's directions. There's always a tug of war going on in a Pisces' silence. And when Pisces is not talking, the other fish going in the other direction to the one Pisces is riding with will be talking. So Pisces is always hearing something. Number 4. Death is near. Pisces is the closest sign to death. It's not just a sensing or smelling, it's an actual part of the sign's makeup. Pisces comes after the dead of night. They know all about death. Again, with the 2 fishes, it can be seen as one in present life and the other in the afterlife. Like an old person close to death dozing in and out of sleep, not sure if they're gonna wake up if they fall into a deep one. A feeling of fight in your sleep can describe Pisces who are more matured, because it's like not getting lost in the dream to stay present. When we talk ghosts and spirits, being in actual touch with them, being possessed by them even, it's Pisces we're talking because the bridge is there between the two worlds or dimensions. Pisces is that portal. So with all this going on, for Pisces to come to terms with their thoughts and feelings on the afterlife that feels close, silence is needed. The results of this is literally where you can find the most fearless soul around in Pisces, because death doesn't even scare them. Another reason again involves conflict with others. Pisces aren't Tinkerbell. Pisces is not a sign that continuously fights and struggles with people who bother them. Pisces are vicious, sharks when they have to or want to be. So this ties in with damage control. Pisces is not only attuned to their own death and all that comes with it, but others' deaths too. Pisces can stay silent because they can sense your death coming from their own hands if they lose control. Pisces is actually known to be non-confrontational. So I've given you two perspectives on why. You wouldn't complain that Pisces is non-confrontational if you saw that Grim Reaper cloak they wear underneath. Number 5. Silence is loud. Another reason why silence is one of Pisces' go-to moves is simply because silence is loud. In a world where everyone's rushing around talking over this and that person, everyone's loud trying to be seen. Pisces can be silent and observing, feeling above all this shit. But that isn't blind ignorance. It's an understanding, a feeling that they've done it all before. All that matters is the soul now, being at peace. Pisces is the most free-willed sign there is, so it's almost the most unhinged on the darker side. So if they simply choose to be silent than loud, it's a secret power. The amount of things Pisces can positively evade by just being silent is the ultimate game changer. But on the lines of like arguing with people, Pisces arguments can be the loudest from them saying nothing at all. The space of suspense, wonder, anticipation, frustration, it's not one many can take. As well as silence being loud, silence is also peace. Silence is also plotting. Silence is also accepting. What type of silence a Pisces is in? You will never know, and that's why it's always loud. Because it's then, and only then, you realize this silence doesn't mean nothing. It actually means everything. Anything is possible when the silence is broken. Number 6. Hurting. One key reason for a Pisces being silent is they are hurting. Healing doesn't come through talking and sharing in Pisces. It truly comes from isolation, meditation, reflection. All things where you're alone with what hurt you so you can ride that emotional pain alone and conquer it and bury it. This is Pisces' true strength, because they truly do go through the wars alone. So if you ever catch a Pisces just silent for nothing, they can be dealing with a hurt you know nothing about. The reverse to this is the crybaby, the moaner. These Pisces aren't quiet. They're loud and can dump their pain on others, especially when younger. But a matured Pisces understands that many, and I mean many, cannot swim in the ocean with emotions the same way they can. So they choose to do it alone in silence. Pisces, the sign itself, is the equivalent to someone sitting on their porch in the very early hours of the morning, where it's just silent. No cars driving, no people walking. All the lights in homes are out. It's just the fish, the night air, the night animals, and all the other strange shit that reveals itself when the daylight and all its distractions aren't there. Even when Pisces is sleeping, and you have like a typical work pattern where you sleep at night, those hours of deep REM state dreaming sleep, that's where the true healing is done with Pisces. Not just body healing, as all humans heal through sleep, but soul healing and cleansing. A good night's sleep with an interesting dream does more for a Pisces than you could ever imagine. So whether Pisces is sitting outside at 4 AM or in a very deep sleep at that time, the common denominator is silence and being alone in that state. For Pisces to heal, they must go through the night in silence to not alert another who will really do nothing but delay their healing. Number 7. Plotting. If you ever find yourself in any sort of serious issue with a Pisces and they are silent, then you are going to have to be fully prepared for the storm coming your way, which will be hard because you won't even feel it forming. The majority of the time, Pisces' silence is to do with themselves, just going within. When Pisces is silent with an outstanding problem, this is where people can really meet the evil that lurks inside the other fish. People really be getting fucked up. Unless you are a Pisces or close to a Pisces in these situations, you wouldn't know how vengeful a Pisces can be. It's not only the dark and creative ideas Pisces can get from being silent, but it's the pursuit to then end the situation entirely. All in silence. When Pisces plots, you will not know this is happening. It's like standing on the beach and just looking far out at the sea. Then you just see this massive head rising out of the sea, which is rising with a wave with it, so high that it blocks out the sunlight. But then you're frozen because you can't believe what you're seeing. Then all of a sudden, that monster is right in your face staring you into your soul. Then as it opens its mouth to bite, that wave crashes down flooding everywhere. Nobody can see what is going on. Massive Neptunian smokescreen. When that area finally clears, nothing is to be seen. Not that monster, not you, and the sea is back to a gentle current. When Pisces stops to plot, any energy flow going towards the Pisces also eventually stops, because the root cause will no longer remain. To non-Pisces who are into astrology, Pisces are not even known for plotting or being strategic. It's seen as a loss of control or an emotional outburst. It's seen as some random piece from some one-off puzzle. But to Pisces, Pisces laughs. Because what you see as random is literally Pisces putting in the final piece of a puzzle to complete it. And that final piece is often death. I pity the fool who thinks Pisces acts off impulse. Thinking Pisces is improv, no, it was all scripted in silence. Number 8. You no longer exist. As mentioned, Pisces is a sign that is highly attuned to death, in non-obvious ways due to the love and comfort Pisces can give, like a Cancer and Leo wrapped in one in that department. So you'd never believe how cold and silent Pisces can be with you once they class you as dead to them, because they are basically showing you what death is like while you are both still alive. Which is one of the worst feelings in the world when you still have deep feelings for the person. Forced with grieving for someone you love that is not even dead. This can be so surprising to others that you will question if the Pisces was ever genuine in the first place. Oh, you can believe the Pisces was, but you see when Pisces gets to see people for who they really are? That's one thing. Hey, a Pisces may even adapt and accept the real you they uncover. But if that revelation involves a really painful lesson for the Pisces, once Pisces goes silent on you, they will never speak to you again. If a Pisces has stood at your metaphysical graveside and laid their flowers and said goodbye, you will never hear from that Pisces again. Not in this lifetime anyway. Many questions to do with Pisces going silent will be from like an ex or a current relationship that has broken down. Why is Pisces silent with me? Why is Pisces not talking to me? You need to ask yourself that question. Sometimes it's easily resolvable. Sometimes Pisces will come back and talk it out. But for a Pisces to classify you as dead when you're still out here going about your life, but questioning why Pisces doesn't give a fuck anymore, the reason you're dead to them is from something you've done. You will know why. You don't even have to worry about plotting or Pisces coming back to hurt you. If you are truly dead to a Pisces, those fish lips will be shut with a zip and a padlock, thrown in a trunk, padlocked again, tied to an anchor and thrown into the sea. Pisces will let what you two had rest in peace. You may not be able to once you realize this, because you won't expect it. From comfortably floating to drowning at the flick of a switch. Number 9. They're traveling. Have you ever laid down on some grass looking up at the stars at night? Just letting your imagination flow, wondering, letting your mind travel, listening to your thoughts, asking questions and getting answers, connecting with another world, another realm. The lines get blurred so much that you don't even realize your eyes are closed. Getting lost and found in the whole moment. Then you wake up not long after, you can tell your soul traveled and you're back now. Sitting up, dazed. People take drugs to zone out like this. Pisces people especially. But the thing with Pisces is, they can get all sorts of drug type effects all from silence, naturally. When we talk things like astral projection, Pisces will find it the easiest to perform things like that, even at basic levels. Just close your eyes and imagine walking through your old house, for example, feeling the door handle as you enter. Imagine you're barefoot. Feel the flooring on your feet as you walk. Touch the walls as you walk. What does it feel like? What does the house smell like? What noises can you hear? Look in the first room you pass. Who do you see in there? No one? Well, who do you want in there? A past loved one? Oh, look, there they are. How do they look? The imagination is powerful. Pisces can consciously travel like the example I just gave. But subconsciously, Pisces is always traveling like this. This sign is literally in two worlds at once. This is the Jupiterian side of Pisces. It's exploration of all kinds. From daydreaming to casually speaking to others as if their mind isn't elsewhere. Pisces can be split living in multiple dimensions at once. This is the top reason Pisces will be silent in general. It's simply because their soul is always traveling. Number 10. Wake up call. Pisces is the dreamer of the zodiac. The big dreamer, full of hope, wonder and wisdom. A younger or more naive Pisces will be very expressive in an innocent way. You know when someone can just be so dreamy and happy, you expect others to be the same way. You expect others to be full of so much hope and wonder. This isn't every Pisces kid, but just from the rulerships of the sign, it paints a picture. Dreamy Neptune, happy-go-lucky Jupiter and loving Venus. So a kid full of dreams, luck and love basically. Pisces won't necessarily be the loudest, but they'll be expressive in whatever way. But in this reality, they're technically asleep. Wake-up calls, alarm clocks for Pisces is reality. Just like waking up from a nice dream to your clock telling you to get up for work. Now, what wake-up call a Pisces gets will vary due to other factors. But one thing's for sure is Pisces will always eventually get quiet. The more they learn, the more they see, the more they realize, the quieter they get. To the point, it could end up Pisces being full of so much pure wisdom, but completely silent. After going through that wake-up call, you either get Pisces who share the wisdom by being selectively vocal, or you get Pisces who is the ultimate secret keeper because they don't say anything anyway. Or you get the final true version of the fish who is all of those in one. They just pick and choose. But when you think Pisces, just think like monks, lighthouse keepers, those silent elders with much wisdom, stories and lessons to share, if genuinely asked. If not, you cannot meet someone more silent than a Pisces after that wake-up call. Bonus. Speak no evil. Pisces is the final mute sign. This is a sign where it can operate off telepathy alone. This otherworldly, alien, mysterious type energy at its core. Connected to all energies, good and bad. It speaks a language others just won't get. It understands all languages by frequency. It understands the power in its words, the spells in words, the true meanings of words. This is built in with Pisces. It's an accessing thing than a being taught thing. Pisces is a sign that is all about the truth behind the lies. It's a sign ruled by the most deceptive planet there is in Neptune. so advances into being able to see through all illusions. It gives power for Pisces to speak evil, spread lies, be fatally verbal, because it's attuned to everyone. Everyone is naked to Pisces. Pisces would have been hearing and seeing evil their whole life through other people, so Pisces knows where to hit anyone where it hurts with words alone. Through empathy, it's the most empathetic sign. So instead of being this reflective evil being, Pisces chooses silence more time, on the good fish's side. But even on the bad fish's side, Pisces isn't the type to send threats. Pisces is the type to be hidden, then peekaboo you last minute. Pisces knows evil. It doesn't need to speak evil when it can be it in its entirety. You want to see the embodiment of what we know as evil? Well, just find you a Pisces who's embodying it. Why talk the talk when you can walk the walk with the feet that Pisces rules? Pisces allows others to do all the talking, and Pisces will hear others speaking nothing but evil. But do you know why Pisces stays silent? Why Pisces allows others to run their mouth? Why Pisces is a private and secretive sign? While you'll rarely hear Pisces voluntarily speak about themselves. Because Pisces speaks no evil. Pisces are not fake people. They won't sit down gloating of how good a person they are, because they know they will still shock someone who gets on the wrong side of them. So unless you want to hear both sides of the coin, which most won't want to, don't wonder why Pisces stays silent or speaks cryptically, because behind it all, it's reflections in silence or bloody 187s and violence.